Hello guys, this is the Smack Grotto room and let's get started. So firstly let's start with the nmap scan. So nmap-sv and then the IP address. Alright, and let's connect to this IP. So welcome to Smack and they're under development. So the time nmap is running, let's run a GoBuster scan to brute force directories. GoBuster dir -u, this is the URL, and -word list is the common word list, which is /usr share word list dub common.txt, and GoBuster has a s in it. Yep, now it has started and it's now looking and brute forcing for different types of directories in it. So let's read this. Check back soon, like with some often services. Okay, it's currently checking and the nmap scan is done. So two ports are open. One port is port 22, other port is port 80, and at port 22 SSH is running. Okay, so let's wait for here. Just a second. So now you can see that this mail after brute forcing, mail was found. Index.php is this same page, while mail could be a different page. Let's try that. Let's try mail. Oh great. So for the following emails are displayed using our new and improved email to web service. And okay, so we found a pcap file, so let's download this. So let me click on this and let me save this, and if I'll press Ctrl U to see the source code, I can see over here the one thing which I can notice is, because these guys told us that use like they are telling us over here that this is the file and they want us to download it with wget. Note all attachments should be downloaded with wget. So with wget, what you need to do is that wget this location, and not just this file, you have to also include from here. You need to get www. Just a second, I can show this to you. I'll go to cd music ls and I'll do wget the URL, and then I'll copy this part. Let's see if this works, and yep, it was a success. If you'll see in music, which I just put there, a pcap file is ready. So it was the same as downloads. So I'll go and I'll delete this. Yep. Yeah, so now let's open this. So I have to open Wireshark and a password is required. Yeah, Wireshark is ready. Let's open new, then let's go to music. Let's go to music and let's select this pcap file. Okay, this is the pcap file. So I'll go to file, I'll go to export object and HTTP. So I see the number. So this is this number shows that this at this place an object was being interchanged, like object was passed. I'll do follow and I'll do TCP stream or even HTTP stream, it's the same, and I got something like a username is equal to help desk and password is equal to change me now. Okay, so we got the password and we also got the username, but it is for which thing, for which place is it the password for? So this was a post request to login.php and the host was development smack.th. Okay, so everything has an IP attached to it. It's like when I even ping anyone, even if I'll ping tryhackme.com, you will see their IP address. So right now I'm accessing this website from the IP. Now when I want to access another website, which is this one, this is not a DNS verified host that this is in the DNS and I can just load this. So I can just copy paste this, nothing will happen because this is not in the DNS. So this can only be accessed via the IP, and since both of them have the same IP, like even this has the same IP as this one, so this is a virtual host running two IP addresses at the same time. So let me go to cd etc and let me nano etc hosts, and over here let me add a host. So let me paste in the IP. So the IP is this one. I've copied this and this is the IP. So the only reason we are putting in etc host is because both of them have the same IP, and the first one, oh my god, let's do this again with sudo privileges. And here I'll paste this host. So again, why we are doing this is because both of them have the same IP. So how will you differentiate which one is which? That is why we are doing this. Alright, so now if I load this, now it knows that this writing this means that it is referring to this ID, and since this ID has two of these web servers running, one is this one, other one is this one, so this one loaded. Now in this it's login.php, because we can see login.php in the post request. Even admin.php would work the same, I guess. Now let's put the username help desk and the password is change now. So I'm copying this change now and the username. So help desk and change me now. Let's log in, and yes, we are we got inside, and you can see that I can enter any command over here. So whatever command I am entering, I cannot see what is happening, but I am for sure that a command is working over here. So let's do a reverse shell. So simple reverse shell cheat sheet. Let's go to reverse shell normal. Let's just take any reverse shell. So I have taken this one. Alright, so why didn't I take this one and why did I take this one is because this one is for every wrong version as well. So let's just take this and I'll send it, but it won't work because I didn't have my netcat listener. which port is it? 1 2 3 4. Now I'm listening, and also my sudo if config. Do you know? I need to type that as well. So this is my public IP. So I'm copying paste this IP so that it connects back to me, and I've put a netcat listener. Let's see, did I get some connection? I don't think so. Let me reload this page. And let me send this. Nothing yet. Nothing. 1 2 3 4 is the port, and this is the IP. Yeah, there is this thing that if you don't do it right on the first time, you will have some consequences, which you can see. Oh my god, it's taking too long. Yeah, so it worked finally. It took some time, but it worked. So it's just yeah, I am telling that you need to do it correctly from the first time, otherwise it will take some time. So who am I? I am www.data. Alright, so let's go somewhere. Let's go somewhere. Okay, let's do cd /home. Now we are in the home directory and we can see Jake, cd Jake, and there is this user.txt, and we can cat out that file, and this user flag is done. As of the root flag, let's do some privilege escalation, and I cannot do this. I cannot do sudo -l. So let me check which Python is. Python is there, and there is no which python, no Python. Okay, so now first step was after checking for sudo -l. Now I'll check for cron jobs. So cat /etc/ cron tab, and these are the cron jobs running. Okay, so out of which one cron job I can see over here, which is running as root, and it is running every minute and every hour, every day, like for the every time it's running. And the command is cat, that means to put the output of this backup file into this file. Okay, so what it is doing, it is putting the backup of this file. Okay, so he has made his public key, and then he put a backup of that over here, and every hour he restores that backup from this to there. Alright, okay, so let's go to cd /opt ls-la. I can see this backup folder, cd -backups ls. Yep, and I got this. So I can cat, okay, let's do ls-la. and for so this backup I can write it. See, I have the permissions to write it. It's rw, so I can make changes to this. Cool. So what I'll do is that I'll generate my own key. I'll generate my own key pair, ssh keygen. Okay, so I've generated my own SSH keygen. Okay, so where is it? Is it in cd.ssh ls. Okay, so let's see this thing, id underscore rsa dot pub. Okay, so see, this is the public key and I also have a private key. So the only person with this private key can connect to his host. So if this is the public key, so whoever I give this private key can connect to me. So if I'll change this public stuff of mine and I'll put it in his one, so I'll do echo all of this and I'll close this, and I want this to go in this place. Okay, now let's cat it. See, now it is changed to mine. So now after 1 minute I'll wait and this command will take place there, where from this backup it will go to this place. And over here let's go to cd/home/jake s-la. Let's go to cd.ssh ls. See, they are not even allowing me to go to this folder. So I could have only changed the value from this backup rather than the SSH main file, like from the main folder, because it's not letting me go. You can see the file permissions that root can do anything, no one else can do anything, and I am not even Jake. See, the owner is Jake and I'm www.data, so I can't do anything. Now let me try and connect to SSH. So I note the user ID, which is Jake, and then the IP. Okay, let's try and connect. -i id underscore rsa. Yes. Okay, so let me little bit explain again. So anyone, like the only with this public address, the person who has this private key, this is my private key, only the one with private key can actually connect over here. So firstly I needed this id underscore rsa of Jake, which I don't have. So what I did, I changed the public key only, this one, so that now this public key is as a pair for my private key. So that's why I was able to connect, and the username was Jake rather than AAA, because this was in the Jake's folder. You can see it was the Jake's key, it was in the Jake's.ssh folder. So now let's do ls, and who am I? Obviously I am Jake, but still. Now let's do sudo sudo -l, and I can run every command. I cannot run any command as sudo except this one, so I can run only this command as sudo. So how to do a privilege escalation for this command? I will close this, gfo bins. Let's go to gfo bins and let's search for apt-get. Yeah, here it is. So we can do anything. If you want to get the shell, you can do this, or the sudo as well. So let's run this, because this is a one line command, and let's press enter. ls who am I am the root. So good. So now we can just go to /root, and you can see the root.txt. So I hope you like this video. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also you can see, like, this is the playlist. You can come over here and you can select whatever track me you want, and bye bye.